Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing today? Welcome to a Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on a beautiful, a little moist Thursday, October 7th. And I forgot to turn my doggone phone off again.
Well, did you already get a call?
No, it just told me that we were on. It told me we were on the YouTubes.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Me too.
Yes, you are.
YouTube and
yes,
MeTube.
we are. Yes, YouTube are on.
This is big time.
Ladies and gentlemen, look who it is. It's Lynn Wells.
The man, the legend.
We're going to tell all kinds of fun stories today. I don't know what we've been sitting there working. Actually, last night in his hotel,
we did some show prep.
We did a lot of show prep.
About 12 of them, as I recall.
We did some show prep last night. We're gonna talk about all kinds of different things today. Might talk a little history.
Could be.
Recent and future past, I guess.
Future past. I'm not sure what that means.
I'm not sure either.
I'm lost.
You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Let's tell you all about what's going on in and around your area.
It's going to be big, folks. Draw near the TV.
If you only
draw nigh. I can't wait.
You always love.
I can't wait.
You always. This is your favorite part.
It is
of the entire show.
Well, I get to say glory at one point.
The opportunity, no. Well, you can if you like. You can if you like.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
The opportunity to, and this is you said this is big.
I like big ones. I do big events.
I know you do.
Yeah, big events.
I'm very pleased that you do because at the Flora Depot tonight.
Oh, they're going to have a train.
At 6:30.
They having a train
in the train room.
Oh my God!
In the train room tonight at 6:30.
They got a whistle, a big whistle.
It's the weight loss surgery support group meeting.
Oh my goodness! What time's the weigh-in?
6:30.
6:30 is the weigh-in.
Yeah.
So if you've had the surgery,
actually, I suspect if you're considering it.
Okay.
I mean, I've been told by one or two doctors, go ahead and get that. I said, I'm not doing that. This might be something I want to go see.
You might want to see if it's right. Ask your doctor if it's right for you.
There you go. Ask my doctor if it's right for you.
Now, this is at the depot.
Ask these other folks who
one of the biggest buildings in town.
That's exactly right.
That's why.
There you go. That will meet at the Flora Depot train room.
That's a big deal.
If you want
very substantial floor.
If you want some more information, give them a call at 676-7753.
That's a big deal.
It is a big deal. Also tonight this afternoon, this morning. This will be fun.
You don't even know when.
Do you have any grandkids around? How near?
I have grandkids 10 miles away.
And at what age grandkids do you range? You got like from 8 to
I've got
80, right?
Toddlers up to 23.
There you go. At the Ballard Nature Center.
Oh.
This is up in Altamont. It's very cool. At 10 a.m. this morning.
You going to be fishing?
It's a puppet show about squirrels. And then activities and a craft.
Oh, you're kidding.
And a hike.
Well, I bet there is. So...
You keep going.
Well, I know.
You can do
at
this.
At some point, they'll show you how the squirrels hide their nuts. Right?
I'm certain
nature.
Winter is coming on.
Squirrels hide their nuts this time of year, so they'll have plenty to eat through the winter.
This is for
Hickory
kids.
nuts especially.
This is for kids ages 3 to 5.
Oh, those are little children's.
Yeah, little children's. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. The little
open
age
bar.
Pre-registration.
Parents.
Pre-register by noon today.
Well, you need to do that because that is good, and this is the time of the year to be out in nature, hikes and things like that.
Absolutely,
it's great for kids.
Well, it's great for kids.
It's a very good. Never been Altamont.
Yeah, Ballard Nature Center. It's very pretty. Beautiful.
I bet it's beautiful
up there. Yeah, beautiful place up there. Also, ladies and gentlemen, today, October 7th, officially marks the sweet and salty goodness of National Chocolate Covered Pretzel Day. Whether they're dipped in dark milk or white chocolate, be sure to celebrate every mouthwatering pretzel bite. Salty, crunchy pretzels. Salty, crunchy pretzels and chocolate are the gold mine of the snack world, and their combination is the epitome of the oh-so-popular sweet and salty flavor craze. Change up the chocolate from white to milk to dark, and they satisfy even a mild sweet tooth.
That sounds good, actually.
Many creative stories have been shared to explain how pretzels and chocolate came together.
It was accidental, I'm sure.
I don't know that it is or not.
Oh, look at there. There's the real pretzel-shaped pretzels.
There you go.
Rather than
One tale tells of a German baker joining forces with his chocolatier neighbor in the 1500s.
1500s?
To dip pretzels.
Oh, they'd probably been drinking, don't you imagine?
I suspect. However, this idea is purely imagination. Dipping into the history of pretzels and chocolate, the story to become clear. Historians document the story of the chocolate quite well. However, anyone dipping pretzels in chocolate back in the 1500s would have had a soggy mess because chocolate was only used for drinking in those days. Nearly 300 years later, however, Caspar van Houten
I know him.
Sr. developed a process to separate the cocoa solids from the butter, and then in 1828, his creation brought on a candy revolution, which led to the most important development of chocolate.
Well, isn't that special? That is special.
And and actually, you mentioned I mentioned pretzels and chocolate. We're on to that one now. I mentioned pretzels and chocolate. It was 11 years ago yesterday.
This is a chocolate thing? This is a chocolate
pretzel
story?
thing.
Pretzel thing.
That I was in Germany, and I went to the
Bob's Pretty Good Pretzel Factory.
Oktoberfest.
Oh, yes.
And they come around with these big pretzels. And
are they soft or are they hard?
Those are hard.
I would hope so. The Tell City pretzels are hard pretzels.
But they're great big.
Giant.
They're giant, big, hard pretzels.
It's what you use to lay a base prior to the beer.
Exactly what that's for.
Excuse me.
How do you observe National Chocolate Covered Pretzel Day?
Well, you buy them and eat them.
Well, you would, buy them and eat them.
That's what I do.
That makes sense.
This
does. Was started in 2019.
Have you ever had a Tell City pretzel?
No. What's a Tell City?
That's a brand, and they're made in Tell City, Indiana.
Oh, really?
And they're a hard pretzel, and they're not giant, but they're probably that big.
You ever had a New Berlin pretzel?
I have not.
New Berlin is a town in central Illinois.
Okay.
Their team name is the Pretzels.
I bet they got a great wrestling team.
I'm sure they have
great, because that's one of the most famous wrestling holds is the pretzel hold.
That's exactly right.
But that's
very effective.
Very effective.
It's a mission move.
It is.
That's the one where the guys get there and they hold their arms up.
Uncle. But
and then the referee checks them.
But here's a little trivia about Tell City pretzels.
Tell me about Tell City pretzels.
I've been to their factory.
Tell.
I've been to their factory.
You have?
Yes, and they're wonderful people in Tell City. Good people. They're Swiss.
Oh, they're on the river there too.
Yeah, on the Ohio. Yeah. But anyway, they make these pretzels, and one of the things they do is they dip them in a lye water bath, and what that does is it creates a.
That's what Jethro bathed in.
Oh, that's right.
Jethro and Ellie Mae.
I forgot about that. Well, anyway, so that's before they're, and right before they're baked, they then put them on a rack, and that's where they add the salt before they're baked.
So that it will hold.
So it'll stick on there. But the interesting thing about it, Bruce, is how they apply the salt. You would think that it'd be something, like, no, they have it's like a screen, as in from a screen door.
Yeah.
And they have this coarse salt in this screen, okay? Little cage things.
Yeah.
And so they put a tray of pretzels under there, and they hit that with a hammer. Boom, salt falls down, and then it makes a nice,
and it's
even,
just the perfect level amount.
Literally hits the side of that rack where they contain the salt.
Do they still do it that way?
Yes.
And this is in
Tell City, Indiana. And
what's the company?
Tell City Pretzel Company.
Tell City Pretzel. Yeah, that's really cool.
They used to could buy them in stores around, but I haven't seen them in a while. There you go. There's your pretzel story for the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, we learn something every day. This is also, ladies and gentlemen, National Frappe Day. National Frappe Day honors a versatile drink with numerous combinations, so there are flavors to suit everyone. Frappes typically are blended drinks made with either coffee or espresso and topped with whipped cream. There are several different, I got a couple different histories, but I believe this is the close history. In 1957, invented by Demetrios Vakondios.
Did he used to work down at Airtex? in heavy drills?
He was actually working for Nestle in Greece.
Oh, okay.
And,
you mean as in recycling old grease and stuff?
No.
Oh, you mean the country?
Yeah, the country.
Well.
Yeah. And Nestle, he was a Nestle sales representative. He ran out of hot water.
Door-to-door Nestle salesman.
Wouldn't that be a good gig?
That'd be a great gig.
I'd like that job.
Samples everywhere. Go ahead.
Yeah, that'd be
I'm
fun.
sorry.
And the need for the caffeine fix was the impetus behind him shaking up the first Frappe at the Thessaloniki. I got that right. International Fair in Thessalonica, Greece.
Wow.
Do you like how I did that?
I think you did a great job.
He worked for Nestle, and they introduced the new instant chocolate beverage, and now that's why everybody goes to McDonald's or wherever
Get him a frappe.
to get their frappe.
So can you sing the Nestle's jingle?
I used to be able to.
Come on, Bruce Dickey, you can do it.
I can't.
Nestles. Nestle makes
has
the
a very best
chocolate. There you go.
I feel much better now.
Whew, isn't that
I feel
great?
much better. Let's do one more.
Do you know?
No one will sing one more.
Oh, I thought you meant one more.
Oscar
jingle.
Mayer Baloney? No, we're not going to do that.
No, not
That's a
gonna do
good
that.
one.
I'm going to say Blatt's beer.
I don't know Blatt's beer.
I'm from Milwaukee, and I ought to know. It's Blatt's something. I don't forget it.
Oh, I like the
Draft brewed Blatt's beer wherever you go.
There you go.
Blatt's.
Blatt's.
Can you buy Blatt's still? Probably not.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's dreadful.
Not very often, but
It's terrible.
you can find it.
Yeah.
You can find it. Yeah. No, I was saying let's do one more National Day.
Let's do, shall we? What is it this time?
This is National LED Light Day.
Oh. I've got LED lights at my house.
This is an unusually illuminating day considering it's LED
Illuminating
light day.
day.
Like I did that.
You're good.
Unlike other light sources, LEDs can create a more appealing display for a variety of environments. Like that's what people are basically using for all their Christmas
Growing their
lights.
pot, you mean?
No, the Christmas lights.
Oh, the Christmas lights.
Yeah, probably growing their pot too. They do
I don't know.
help save on energy costs, low power consumption, high reliability, and long lifespan. Allow folks to realize significant energy savings.
Wasn't that great?
This day began in 2014 when Isamu Akasaki, Hiroshi Amano, and Shuji Nakamura
He plays third base for the Angels, right?
No.
He doesn't?
No. On this day,
pitching for the Cardinals?
no, it's Kwang Young Kim.
Okay.
He hopefully won't come in tonight, but we'll see.
Oh, God.
But that's on this day in 2014, those three guys got the Nobel Prize
Really?
for developing LED lights.
Well, that's cool. I think that comes with a plaque you put on the side of your
the
car.
development of blue light
light.
emitting diodes. That's LED.
Blue light emitting.
emitting diode. So now you know.
Boy, I feel better now. And so he doesn't pitch for the Angels.
He doesn't pitch for the California Angels. No, he doesn't, or the Cardinals for that
Or
matter.
anybody else, or the Cubs.
He's
not a quarterback for the Bears.
What about some Wabash,
Oh, this is
ladies?
going to be big.
What do you want to see on television? This is a big night. Big night. As high school volleyball tonight at 6:15. St. Anthony is at Sisney, and that's varsity only. So get there at 6:15 or you'll miss it. That's on this channel, Channel 100. Baseball playoffs tonight. The White Sox the White Sox is.
They
No, the White Sox are in Houston taking on, this is game one of the AL playoffs, Lance Lynn versus Lance McCullers, 3:07 this afternoon. The American League is on Fox Sports 1, that's Channel 6. I could have said that wronger, though.
You couldn't have said it.
I could have said that more. I could have said that wronger.
I'll tell you what, whenever I come here, it's just fun.
You know, we're pros for crying
Yes,
out loud.
we are. We had it.
How come the show always is writing very smoothly until another professional comes on?
I don't know. And we had so much show prep, too.
Chicago at Houston at 3:07. At 7:07, it's Boston at Tampa. And NCAA football tonight, a couple of games at 6:30. Coastal Carolina, I bet you don't have a clue what they're
the mascot is?
Yeah.
The Dolphins.
The Chanticleers.
Why, of course, the
Hey, I bet you
Chanticleer.
don't have a clue what a Chanticleer is.
Chanticleer is a boy. I used to know. It's something French.
They're
right?
taking on the Arkansas State Red Wolves on ESPN 2 or U channel 642. Houston takes on Tulane the Green Wave at channel
I had
601.
the green wave after that.
It
Some
was
Mexican
coming. I
food.
knew
I'm
it.
t-
Why do you think I paused? I knew it was coming.
man,
And
get some
also
bad
the
Mexican
NFL
food.
football tonight. The Rams take on the Seahawks at 7:20. NFL Network channel 629. A Chanticleer
It's a bird.
is a bird.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a type of rooster. That's
Chanticleer.
Lynn Wells. I'm Bruce Dickey. We'll be back right after this. That's very impressive.
Thank you.
I am so impressed. Back in a sec.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
It's the weekend and your symptoms are worsening. The morning of a big meeting and you have a bigger sore throat. Ever experienced that urgency after picking up your sick child and your community health center has already closed? You will be able to connect to a provider at crhpc.org. Even if you have never been to CRHPC, you are welcome to utilize our services. Feel better after scheduling a video visit with CRHPC.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our Power Brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Mold, rank air, pests, all getting closer to inside your home. With a dirt crawl space, there's no telling what's below you.
A sealed crawl space locks the nasty stuff out, plus can lower your utility bills. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
D Mendenhall.
No. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Lynn Wells is here, the editor of the Carmi Chronicle down in beautiful Carmi, Illinois.
One of my favorite towns.
In addition to the Carmi Chronicle, you also are a contributor to the Grayville Navigator, the
Navigator Journal Register.
and the Prairie Post.
Yes, I call it the Prairie Dog sometimes.
Prairie Dog.
Yeah, Prairie
and,
Post.
And used to be a oftentimes a columnist in the Evansville
Courier Press till they got sold about 4 different times.
And,
I don't even know who owns them now. Gannett, maybe?
I think Gannett still owns them.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Gannett. I always called it Gannett. It's Gannett.
It's Gannett.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
I'm glad I was able to correct you on something today.
Well, no, you're way ahead of me. You're way ahead.
I think Gannett also owns USA Today, do they not?
U.S. I believe they do. Yeah, that
The
is
ones that they slip under your door at the motels. Sometimes.
do they do that?
Oh, they used to.
Not much anymore.
The cheaper ones, cheaper motels.
Yeah,
They do,
not so much anymore.
You know, I called up. I was staying at a lower budget motel recently. Called the front desk and I said I got a leak in my sink, and they said, "Well, go ahead." And that's a low rent motel.
Well, if they're going to permit it.
Well, I guess they didn't care. I got a leak in my sink. I said, "Well, go ahead."
If they're going to permit that, yeah, that kind of activity.
Behavior. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get off track there.
No, that's okay.
Yeah. We were talking about motels.
Speaking of motels,
Yes.
and I don't know how I'm going to get there from there, but speaking of motels, oftentimes on the road, you're talking about lower, cheap hotels.
Yes.
With
the magic finger bed, you put the quarter in. Yeah, I love those.
Your path has crossed with folks who maybe do some more nefarious things.
Oh, yes.
At some of those cheapy hotels.
Mm-hmm. And truck stops.
And one of them is in the news recently. Tell me a little bit about Bruce Mendenhall.
Bruce D Mendenhall from Albion, Illinois.
Okay.
He was an over the road trucker.
Still alive, right?
Oh yes, very much so.
Yeah.
And he's now that he's been convicted of 2 murders and is awaiting trial on his third. Two in Davidson County. Well, I'll take that back. 1 in Nashville and 1 in Wilson County, which is the county off to the east.
Okay.
So he's been convicted of murders in Davidson County, Tennessee, which is Nashville, and Wilson County, which is the county east. And now he's been transferred from Nashville to Indianapolis, where he's awaiting trial for his 3rd homicide. And then he's got nicknames. The people in the news media have nicknamed him the prostituter because all of his victims were prostitutes. And that doesn't make it
and all of them were pistol? All of them were shot?
22 caliber pistol. A lot of them had a plastic bag put over their head and taped around their neck and shot in the head. And so anyway, Bruce Mendenhall is awaiting trial on his 3rd homicide. And then after Indianapolis, he goes to Alabama. There's a case down there. And then he goes to Lake Station, Indiana, which is up by Gary, for a 5th murder trial. So it's just like a milk run. I mean, he's just going from one state to the next. And but because of COVID, they really had put off this Indianapolis trial for a long time. And finally, about 3 weeks ago, they set a trial date and issued a warrant, what they call a writ.
Yeah.
Brought him from Nashville to Indianapolis. So he's now being held in the Marion County Jail in Indianapolis awaiting trial, which I believe the trial is going to start in November, late November.
This one this is one of you've been on television besides this show.
Yes, I have.
A couple of times.
I have.
A few times.
Yeah, I've been interviewed about
Mendenhall.
Yes, I have. Because I actually knew the guy. I mean, at the time, I had no idea that he was a nefarious character or anything like that. He was a customer. I was a bartender. And he and his wife and some friends would come in, and I waited on him. We called him the Stare family.
The Stare family?
My wife and I call them the Stare family because they would just sit there and stare at each other. Didn't say a word.
How many people?
Usually 4, sometimes 5.
And they sit there and just stare?
Just sit there and stare. They drink their beer. And they would come up and order more beers. They wouldn't allow you to come serve them. They'd come up, give me 2 more. Never ever tipped, and just sat there and stared at each other and never spoke. And they'd get up and leave. We call them the Stare family.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's how
I
remember Mr. Mendenhall.
Did it give you pause?
I just thought they were creepy people.
Yeah.
I mean, just creepy, but there's creepy people out there.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to go out to an establishment and have a few drinks. I mean, this is a long time ago, a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's been in jail for 15, 20 years now.
Oh, well, yeah. But my point is, I didn't think anything about it at the time other than they're just odd people. You know, they paid their bill and didn't cause any trouble.
Went on down
But they just sat there and stared at each other. You know, you could do that at the house, I think.
The only thing is, we'd sit there and stare.
That would not make a very good show.
It's not good television.
But Bruce is waiting for his next trial in Indianapolis, followed by Alabama, followed by Lake Station, Indiana.
The question I have, and I wonder if I only ask it because I figure for other people have to. why they keep taking him elsewhere to
Because he's been charged. He's been officially
held
charged
for life.
Yeah, he's already got 2 life sentences plus, I think, another 20-some years for a contract killing that he tried to arrange, and also more time for concealing a homicide. But anyway, no, he'll never get out of prison, never, ever, ever. But he won't plead guilty to anything. So I think for him, and I don't know this to be a fact, it gets him some new scenery.
Gets him a chance to go.
He has nothing to lose. He has nothing to lose. Unless he runs into one of these states that has the death penalty.
Indiana.
I don't know that they
not,
do.
I don't believe.
I don't believe they do either. That would be the only thing that he would
He'd have to go to Missouri.
I don't think he has any pending cases at those places.
Yeah.
Indiana, Alabama.
I'm surprised Alabama
Tennessee.
doesn't. Did Alabama recently?
I can't answer that.
I can't answer.
But he hasn't gone to Alabama yet. But he's just making the rounds. But he'll never get out of prison.
Who was the TV that you were on for that? Do you remember?
Blood, Lies, and Alibis. I believe it's
Blood, Lies, and Alibis.
Yeah, they interviewed me for that. Came to Fairfield, Illinois, and set me up.
Well, see, now that's the thing. That tells you exactly how classy this show is. Because you'll come to Florida to be on it.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not taking the camera down to Fairfield to see you.
That production crew that interviewed me for Mendenhall's case was actually a production crew out of Canada.
Really?
Yep. They drove to Detroit and flew to Evansville and rented a SUV and drove to Fairfield and set up their equipment and interviewed me. But they were from Canada.
That's Lynn. I'm Bruce. We're just chatting about a wide variety. Back in a sec.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our Power Brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Mold, rank air, pests, all getting closer to inside your home. With a dirt crawl space, there's no telling what's below you.
A sealed crawl space locks the nasty stuff out, plus can lower your utility bills. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Scheid Diesel Service Company is your anything diesel full service center and fuel injection shop. Scheid Diesel offers the quickest turnaround times to get you back on the road. Scheid Diesel can service any diesel engine from agricultural, construction, heavy-duty truck, and automotive. Let Scheid rebuild your pump, injectors, or turbos. Need custom fuel lines? Scheid has you covered. With a drive-in service, they offer a variety of services, including oil changes, engine rebuilds, DOT inspections, and DPF cleanings. For unmatched quality, think Scheid Diesel Service Company. Anything diesel. Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Get ahead of the game at Carter Athletic Academy, where the goal is to transform you into the best young athlete you can be. Train for top performance in football, volleyball, soccer, baseball, and softball. Professional private lessons and clinics are always available with Carter Athletic Academy's expert training staff. Carter's exclusive Hit Track system brings skill development as well as exciting gameplay to batting cages. Plus, the Academy is the perfect spot for your special event or celebration. The Carter Athletic Academy in Fairfield. Hello, folks. Nephew, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome back, folks.
Now say what you said about him. Go ahead.
No way.
Come on. You go ahead.
I didn't
Now
have the
say what-
microphone on.
Oh, okay.
I did have. Yeah. We don't.
never mind.
Then we're going to move on.
We're going to do the outtakes one of these days. A great outtake show, wasn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Lynn Wells is here. You can follow. Can folks do they have to buy the Chronicle, or can you buy a subscription online? Or how do you get your stuff?
How do I get my stuff? There's a little slot to
I'm
keep
not
me
saying,
news.
I'm asking how does one find you online and follow you and read you and that
Just
kind
Google
of thing?
Carmi Chronicle, and it'll come up, and then there'll be information there, contact information, subscription information, things of that nature.
And you can find the newspapers throughout. So
Yeah, I think a subscription's only like $4,000 or $5,000 a year. I have no idea what it is. It's
not.
cheap.
It's
It is cheap, and you need it. And buy
information.
several. They're small.
Great information.
Absolutely,
Great
it's
information.
local. That's the key thing. It's local.
That is
You
kind
won't-
of
You
the
won't
key
find
thing.
any national news in any of our papers,
no
unless
kidding.
it affects or there's something nationally that impacts us locally. I mean, it has to be very local.
Do you catch guff for, especially in the kind of heightened the political reality of the last 10 years has become quite a bit more heightened.
Oh, terrible.
I mean, from 30, 40 years ago when I was a kid, 40 or so years ago when you were a kid, it's become quite a bit more. Do you get people giving you guff for not having national news in your papers?
No, it's just the opposite.
Is it really?
It's just the opposite, because what I hear is if I want national news, I'll get it one of two places. My favorite newspaper, like St. Louis Post-Dispatch, they're going to have a lot of national news.
Yeah, USA Today. Like we were
USA
talking about
Today,
earlier.
or you'll just turn on your favorite TV station and get national news. But if you want local news, what your local ball team's doing, society news, you can joke about that all you want, but people love to read that, especially older people, and following crime, local crime. But you'll never see local crime in a bigger paper like a St. Louis Post-Dispatch. It has to rise to a certain level before they even cover it. So, I mean, we even publish.
Well, in St. Louis, it's got to be a shooting or a murder or something.
Yeah, well,
like
that's an everyday deal. But in the Chronicle, we carry a thing called the disposition. So every week, we list everybody that paid a fine for anything. If you got a speeding ticket, Joe Blow paid $150 for speeding. I mean, all those are in there. Plus, anybody that got sentenced or charged in a felony case, all those things are in there, and a lot of times mugshots with them as well.
Now, how come if I'm driving?
How do you get your name out of it?
If I'm driving through Enfield,
Yep.
if I'm driving through Enfield and I accidentally exceed the speed limit,
And you get a ticket.
and I get a ticket, how could I keep it out of the Carmi Chronicle? I've heard this. I've had this question and heard this question from other people.
Well, as long as I'm in charge, you won't. Period.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
It's a hard and fast rule, isn't it?
Yes.
And there's a reason. Tell everybody what the reason is behind that. Because once you start doing for
If I do it for you, then I have to do it for the next guy,
Yeah.
and then the next guy, and the next thing you know, somebody say, "Oh, here, I'll give you $100. Keep my name out." Well, that just you just ruin your entire reputation.
yeah.
Your word is your bond, and you don't leave those things out. They may be embarrassing,
Yeah.
but it's just part of life.
When you reach a particular age, you've been embarrassed plenty.
I've been embarrassed.
I mean, I've been embarrassed plenty, and
Excuse
that's
me.
the other thing.
Sure.
That's the other strange thing is that when you
Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
the whole court supervision, how that keeps.
Oh, sure, but again, we cover that too.
Yeah.
If you got a speeding ticket for driving 30 miles an hour over the limit, and then you got court supervision, that gets reported
What's
too.
the biggest fuss somebody's made to you? I know either at the old radio station or at the newspaper. Have you had somebody? I know
Cops don't know what they're doing. That's all a lie. They made that up. Well, that's fine. That's not for me to determine.
I was standing there.
I was
standing there one day when that happened.
And again, all you can say is your beef is with the cops, not me. Your beef is with the state's attorney, not me. I'm just reporting the paperwork. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
Reporting the paperwork.
Yeah.
And if they drop the charges, guess what? We'll report that too.
Yeah.
And I got one.
Yeah, but you won't do it with nearly as big a pile, as big a print, Lynn.
And that's true, and that's just part of it.
But that's what they'll say.
I had a case It's been not quite a year ago. It was a guy from Carmi who got in trouble in Evansville. He got charged with public nudity and 2 counts of intimidation, public nudity, and whatever. And he's a frequent flyer in the White County court system. But he was over there over by the University of Southern Indiana, USI, on the west side at a gas station over there. And he was drunk, and he was this, he was that, and a county sheriff's deputy pulled up and he urinated on the squad car.
Oh!
Now, his mother calls up. This guy's not a kid. He's an adult. He's like in his mid-20s or something. And just reamed me. I mean, just skinned me all the way, head to toe. That's nobody's business. You know, why do you cover Indiana stuff? Well, because he's from Carmi. That's one reason. Well, how did you get all that information anyway? I said, that's what I do for a living.
Yeah.
Evansville Police and the Vandenberg County Sheriff's Department, they publish their incident reports online. All you got to do is 2 or 3 clicks and you got the report. And then they said, well, quit, So I said, here's the deal. If those charges are false and they dismiss them, I'll report it. Well, you buy a gosh better.
Yeah.
So anyway, so what happens? They put him on probation.
I was going to say,
he violates probation, and I have to repeat the whole story all over again. So be careful what you wish for.
You had to repeat the disposition of the case.
And had to go back to the original offense.
Because it went back to that. Oh, that's
the original offense.
They ever threaten you?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I was...
Actually, I was involved in one of these too.
Got
threatened. I was with him. Got threatened.
There was a young man that was arrested, convicted, and sent to jail for murder from Jeff, as I recall.
Yeah.
And the individual's father came face to face and threatened me. He said, "I'll know where you live, and I'll find you out on a country road somewhere, and then I'll put the end to you." Threatened me, and I went to the state's attorney about it. I was that concerned because the gentleman had the ability to carry out the threat.
Yes.
I think you probably know.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, see, now there was that other one. That called in and basically threatened us on the air.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that just kind of happens from time to time. Well, that's just fascinating, and thank goodness.
Niels Christian Nielsen threatened to kill me too as soon as he gets out of prison.
That ain't happening.
No, he's never getting
Niels Christian.
He's doing
Niels Christian Nielsen threatened to kill you.
Yeah, after his trial, after he was convicted, he looked me straight in the eye and said, "When I get out, you're the first person I'm going to kill."
Really?
Yeah. And of course, he's the one that was convicted of killing his estranged wife and their daughter.
And burning the...
and cutting them up and put them in a gym bag and throwing them in a pond. Terrible, terrible case. But yeah, Niels Christian Nielsen.
That's fascinating.
Not to be confused with Hans Christian Andersen.
2 entirely different persons. We'll be back right after this. Do stick around. Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local hand-cooked tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our Power Brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Mold, rank air, pests, all getting closer to inside your home. With a dirt crawl space, there's no telling what's below you.
A sealed crawl space locks the nasty stuff out, plus can lower your utility bills. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Local trivia.
Really?
I got some local trivia.
How about that? Welcome back, ladies and
Regional,
gentlemen. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Len Wells is here, the editor of the Carmi Chronicle, as well as a contributor to the Navigator Journal Register. And that's right.
And occasionally some TV shows, national TV shows.
Some television shows.
Oh, yeah.
We've talked about one or two. We may or may not get to another one that has.
Nancy Grace interviewed me on the phone one time.
Really?
Yeah, Nancy Grace called me up and interviewed me, believe it or not, about the Brody Murbarger case.
Is that right?
Yeah. That's been some time. It wasn't too long after he was indicted.
That's still ongoing.
Oh, yeah. There's a...
What's the time frame for that?
There's a November final pretrial.
I guess we're calling it the Brody Murbarger, but this is the Megan Nichols case.
Megan Nichols case, and he's sitting in jail awaiting trial for her death. And they finally set a trial date, and so it's been a year since he was picked up and charged. So typically a murder case takes about a year.
You were on the show the day he was picked up.
Yes, how about that?
About a year ago.
Yeah, that was big.
Because we were both we're sitting here and the phones were going off,
blowing up.
Both of our phones were just going apey that day.
People were alleging there were other people being arrested in connection with that too. But it turns out that I was told finally said don't bother chasing rumors. So it turns out that there was just one individual arrested and no other suspects.
Okay, now you mentioned, speaking of local that kind of thing, you have some trivia.
Well, it's interesting. Monday evening was the Carmi Chamber of Commerce 77th annual banquet. The chamber dinner.
Sure.
Of course, Fairfield I think had theirs Monday night too.
Was that?
I believe. I believe so.
Fourth, yeah.
Anyway, the Citizen of the Year was a guy by the name of Matthias Box, B-A-X. Everybody knows him as Tice, T-H-Y-S, Box. Have you ever heard that name?
No.
Tice Box immigrated to the United States 64 years ago with his family from...
Is this the gentleman behind the oil collecting thing?
Oil collecting thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. The oil collecting thing.
Oh, the company that moved from Carmi to Fairfield.
No, Elastec?
Elastec.
No, sir.
It's not. Okay.
No.
Right.
Tice Box actually is a retired educator now. Of course, he's probably in his 70s. But I believe...
Where do you immigrate from?
Dutch, would that be Holland or
something? Yeah. The Netherlands.
Europe. Anyway, immigrated from Europe, and got a funny first name, Matthias, Matth,
Matthew and
Y-S. But I guess that's right. But anyway, Tice Box, I think he graduated in 1961, which he would have graduated with my oldest brother, Steve.
Okay.
That was a long time ago. Quite an athlete.
So was Steve.
Yeah, Steve was quite but Tice Box was quite a track star.
Really?
Here's the trivia. Tice Box ran the first 4-minute mile ever at Carmi High School.
Really?
Ran a 4-minute mile. That's a big deal.
Does he have the record, I guess, the Carmi record?
I think he may still hold that.
I can't imagine a 4-minute high school.
Was it Roger Bannister that broke that?
Well, now, hold on. He couldn't have been in high school when he ran that. He couldn't have.
He may have been in college, but he ran a 4-minute mile.
At Carmi.
My understanding.
Wow.
That's a big deal. Yeah.
That's a big deal. He had to be in college. That's cool, though.
In my memory, could be faulty, but I do remember
the reason I say that.
When would Roger Bannister have done it?
Bannister did it in 1954.
So he would have been the first for White County.
Jim Ryan was the first American to run under 4 minutes in like 1966 or something like that. I might be wrong about that now that I think about it.
Well, I just
Make a
remember
lot-
Tice
First
Box,
American
just
high
a
schooler.
great guy.
First American high schooler. That's what I mean to
Okay.
say. First American high schooler to run under
You're
4
probably
minutes.
right. He probably ran this in college, but I do remember it was
That's
big
really
news.
cool,
It was
though.
big news.
That's big.
That's big news.
How did he get did he teach in Carmi?
Yeah, he taught. He was a coach for a long time. I don't really remember what he taught because I was out of high school and gone before he got his college degree and came back and taught. But he's a good person. He and his wife,
Like
Mary
I say, what was the what were his qualifications to be Citizen of the Year? I mean,
He volunteers
I
for
got to
everything.
make sure that this was a worthy recipient, Len.
He volunteers for everything.
Oh,
He's
okay.
a volunteer freak.
Really?
Freak of nature. No, he just really helps out on so many things. He's just a great guy.
Well, that's
a
good.
really wonderful person.
Congratulations to Mr. Box.
And he's been out of prison. I can't. I'm teasing.
I mean, since he got out of prison, he's been very helpful, volunteering,
No,
as well as his probation, as more than his probation is required.
We are joking.
More than the
Dice Box, please.
more
You're a
than
great
the
guy.
civic
Great guy.
service. More than his service
His community
requirements.
service.
Community service requirement.
No.
He's been very
No,
outstanding.
I shouldn't have said that. 'Cause he's just such a great guy. He really, I'm
gonna
sorry, Tice.
We're going to take one more quick final break.
Please
wrap
do.
things up here and let that right after this. Stick around.
Make Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield your fashion leader. We're the little boutique with the big inventory of beautiful, trendy outfits and clothing in a wide array of your favorite name brands. And don't forget our large selection of jewelry and accessories. Carnaby Square is Southern Illinois' largest dealer of Brighton. At Carnaby Square, we take pride in our one-on-one, knowledgeable customer service and look forward to helping you create your own special look. Plus, always free gift wrapping. Find endless gift ideas 24/7 at carnabysquare.com and on our Facebook page. Shop the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield, Carnaby Square.
When it comes to your banking, you have as many options as colors in the crayon box. That's why you can bank your way at Teutopolis State Bank. What works best for you may be different from what works best for your neighbor. Teutopolis State Bank is built to serve all your banking needs, whether it's online banking, mobile check deposit, text banking, or just stopping in to see them at one of their 3 convenient locations. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender, it's Teutopolis State Bank. Banking made personal since 1913.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose Auto Owners Insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Harrison Insurance in Louisville is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our power brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Mold, rank air, pests, all getting closer to inside your home. With a dirt crawl space, there's no telling what's below you.
A sealed crawl space locks the nasty stuff out, plus can lower your utility bills. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
recently.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Well, Skeet got the.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Big Talk.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on a second. I know you're faunching at the bit.
Faunching at the bit.
Champing at the bit.
Faunching.
To tell. I hadn't heard.
Oh, he has been arrested. And,
See, now we were talking earlier about how occasionally folks try to keep stuff out of the paper.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they try.
Does Uncle Skeet try to do this?
No,
because he runs into the Uncle Skeet has legal issues from time to time.
He does.
And I just wondered. He's never asked to keep his.
Well, he's such a frequent flyer that he knows nobody's gonna.
I hadn't heard that term, by the way. The frequent
flyer. Yeah, they're in the news a lot.
That. Yeah.
But Skeet got in trouble at the Poop Lodge, Protective Order of Pigeon.
Okay, yeah. In
Golden Gate.
The Golden Gate
Lodge there.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he punched a guy in the nose. They got into an argument.
Did he have it coming?
It was an argument over the vaccine.
Oh, that's a shame. Can't we all just get along?
I don't understand why we can't. But anyway, punched a guy in the nose, and of course it bloodied his nose, and he reported it to the cops. The cops came and did a report and arrested Skeet for domestic battery, not domestic battery, but simple battery, and aggravated mopery with the intent to gawk, which is I guess a Wayne County charge.
It's been used before.
Aggravated mopery.
Aggravated mopery.
With the intent to gawk.
Yeah.
And so they put him in jail.
It doesn't sound like that. Sounds like it was an incredibly incorrect charge because he was involved. He wasn't just watching.
Well, I know.
And gawking. He was involved in the issue.
I'm just telling you what the charge was.
Okay.
The prosecutor does what the prosecutor does.
Yes, he does.
So, they put him in jail, and his bond was high. He couldn't get out. But
so he was there for a while.
Oh yes, for a short period of time.
Cooling heads.
So the judge ordered him released after the sheriff, the caretaker of the jail, said, "If we don't get him out of here soon, we're going to have to replace the entire sewer system." Because, they'd already called the plumber I don't know how many times because of Skeet's diet. And it's just plugging up everything.
Now wait a second.
Yes.
Don't they have a particular diet of food that they get when
you
they're
have no
in
idea
jail?
what he'd eaten before he got there.
Oh, I
see
guess
what I'm saying?
I know, yeah.
And what he'd been drinking. So they released him on his own. They released him basically in a home confinement and a monitoring system.
Oh,
knowing that Skeet would not behave with an ankle monitor, they went to a different company and got a monitoring device that fit around his neck. Okay? I'm serious.
I believe you. I believe. I was kind of figuring lower down.
No.
Because you've heard of those have been around for hundreds of years.
Yes. No, not like a chastity belt.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
No. This device was actually built to detect any alcohol intake.
Oh, really?
So he was forbidden from drinking any cough syrup or anything or hand sanitizer, anything.
Oh, yeah.
So Skeet.
All right, you should be forbidden from drinking hand sanitizer.
So Skeet, he knew that he couldn't drink because this thing would give you an electric shock.
Oh,
if it detected alcohol going into your system.
Probably notifying
authorities. Yeah. Absolutely. So anyway, Skeet sat down. He was very concerned about this, how this was going to go.
Well, he didn't want.
And so he decided the only safe place that he could go outside the home. Aunt Jenny didn't want him underfoot. You get out. I don't care what you do, but I don't want you here at the house. You can't go to bars because you got this thing around your neck that'll shock you if you drink. I don't care what you do, but get out of here. So he says the only safe place to go is church.
Well, you see, now that's thinking.
Isn't that great?
That is outstanding. Because I would have thought Skeet would have come up with something else, but
no.
Going to church, he's going to be a holy person maybe for the.
He went to St. Mickey's Church, Catholic Church, and he went to Mass.
Okay.
And everything was going good. Of course, they went to the communion, and through him, with him, in him, and the unity of the Holy Spirit, and all this. And of course, he hadn't partaken in communion in so many years, so he felt pretty good about it. He even went to confession before, he would be eligible for communion.
Well, that's exactly right, because
he failed to think
he'd been kind of a faltered churchgoer, I guess.
Oh yeah, he was a backslider, whatever. But there was a flaw in his plan. Do you know what this flaw was, Bruce?
The communion, I'm guessing.
Communion wine.
Communion wine, yeah.
So he went up, and of course, the Eucharistic minister gave him the host, and he ate it, and he stepped over to the priest who gave him the chalice, the blood of Christ. He took a sip. The thing around his neck went off, shocked him. He fell on the floor and flopping around, and right there at the altar, flopping around like a fish. Soiled himself. I mean, it was terrible.
Oh, that's so awful.
Oh,
right there, in front of the entire congregation.
Oh, yes, because there were other people behind him waiting to do the communion thing.
Absolutely.
So he's laying there flopping around, and so the priest thought, well, this must be a miracle. So we need to call the Pope. As soon as he took
the priest misread.
The priest took communion in both species, and when he got to the blood of Christ, he just went into a fit. And so he retired to the rectory.
Misread the
yes.
For a miracle.
Yeah, he thought it was a miracle, and anyway, finally,
a religious experience.
Finally, a couple of folks decided to carry Skeet out because he'd already messed the place. You know? And they're going to have to get a cleaning crew in there and everything. Yeah. And so they finally convinced the priest that it was not a miracle, that it was this monitoring device around his neck, and as soon as alcohol touched his lip, it zapped him with 200,000 volts. So so now that's where Skeet is.
So did they take him back to jail?
No. He they understood that he was trying to do the right thing. He wasn't like trying to get a load on or anything like that. It was just one of those things. Alcohol's alcohol.
I was kind of.
It's not like some of your Baptist churches where they use grape juice. You know what I'm saying? It's the real deal.
Methodist or something like that.
Oh yeah, I think they still use them.
Welch's. I don't know.
Welch's, I think.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. Well, and they usually don't.
Speaking of laughs.
They usually don't. They usually don't pass a bottle around. It's a chalice.
I must admit it has happened in a Baptist church.
Or at a Baptist wedding or something. Well, anyway, that's where Skeet is.
I really shouldn't say anything more about that.
No, we probably ought to just back off on that. But they've since dropped all the charges against
Have
Skeet
they really?
Because the judge said he's more trouble than he's worth having him in the system.
Well.
So they took the neck.
So he's back home.
He's back home
with Aunt Jenny.
With Aunt Jenny and baby. Baby's getting ready.
How's baby take to all the issues that Uncle Skeet has?
Well, he just shakes his head. Baby's got one web foot. You knew that, right?
Well, yeah. I thought he had two.
No, it's just one.
Oh.
Which is great for swimming, except he swims in circles. So they've been trying to find a surgeon that would make his other web foot too. But then he went to this doctor down in Kentucky and he said, it's just totally unethical. I can't do that. That's wrong. You can't disfigure a kid.
Well, no.
Just because he's got one web foot, you don't make the other. You fix the web foot.
There you go.
But no. He said, but what I'll do is I'll send you to a veterinarian who will make your left hand webbed. So when you swim, the left hand will balance out the right web foot and you'll be able to swim straight. That's the latest thing they got going now. Whether they follow through on that, I don't know, Bruce. I really don't.
Well, I'm
a veterinarian might do that. I don't think a doctor would because that's unethical. Wouldn't you
first do no harm.
Yes. And I think probably veterinarians have that same policy too.
Oh well, they've got something like that.
Well, if they don't, they should.
Surely, I would. You would think maybe.
But that's what's going on.
Maybe Doc Gill will do that.
I bet you he wouldn't. Because he's a really nice guy. I know him personally.
He's a really nice guy.
Really good guy. And he might laugh about the story, but that's about it.
Oh, Lynn, time just blows by.
It does. It's been a pleasure being here today.
I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being here. And best of luck to you. We'll have you here as soon as we can. Sure. Hey, folks, thanks very much for tuning in to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey, Lynn, and I. Go ahead, go find yourself the Carmi Chronicle. Read it when's it come out?
Well, it comes out on Wednesday evenings.
Wednesday evenings. There you go. Thanks, Lynn. We'll see y'all. See y'all later. Have a great day.